Hey guys, I'm Vaughn. I'm a tasty producer here in New York. It is so cold. I love chocolate cake. I'm on my way to the store right now to buy chocolate cake and some box cake mix, and I'm gonna see if I can make a homemade version that rivals it. I'm gonna have a taste test with some people at the office, and I guess they'll be the judge. Let's get chocolatey.
You know, there's nothing inherently wrong with box cake. It's great if you're in a pinch, and it's a lovely starting off point for your cakes. For the purposes of my taste test, I'm gonna follow the instructions exactly as they are on the package. However, there are a lot of really great ways to elevate a boxed cake. My mama is a fantastic baker, and my dad, for some reason, loves boxed yellow cake. So growing up, she taught me to replace the water with milk and the oil with butter, and that higher fat content really helps the texture of the cake, because boxed cake can be a little bit dry. There's a lot of ways to really elevate your box cake so that it tastes homemade. It does dome up quite a bit when you bake it, so I'm gonna just cut that off because I really want all the cakes to look pretty similar for my cake tasting. I'm using canned frosting for that ultimate store-bought experience, but another way to make boxed cake taste even better is with homemade buttercream, which is like the easiest thing in the world to make. In my humble opinion, the best way to make any cake look really nice is fresh fruit on top. Go from 0 to hero in no time flat.
Not bad box cake. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Our culinary team at Tasty, led by my wonderful friend Claire, worked really hard on developing this amazing recipe for the ultimate chocolate cake. This is kind of embarrassing, but I actually cried the first time I tasted it. I wish I was kidding. The star of this cake is obviously the chocolate, but there are some really important supporting roles that help that chocolate shine. The stout and the espresso powder add so much depth to this cake. It really gives it such a boost that's gonna make you go like, wow, what is in this cake? Creaming the butter and sugar is a super important process in any cake that you're gonna make, because when you cream together butter and sugar, you're adding air into the butter, and then the sugar's holding onto that air, and then that's gonna give our cake really nice structure. Now, I didn't do this for the box cake because it's box cake, but I really like to crack my eggs into a separate bowl just in case you get a bad egg, and adding them one at a time is important so that everything gets nice and incorporated. Okay, don't freak out, but we're gonna add some mayonnaise. We're only using half a cup, you're not gonna taste it, and it's gonna create the most sinfully moist cake you've ever had. I apologize for my casual use of the phrase sinfully moist. We're gonna switch off adding the dry and the wet ingredients in stages because mainly you just don't wanna get all the all over your kitchen. Wow, that looks so good. We're also gonna add chocolate chunks to the cake. And it's just another little element of surprise. When people bite into it, they're gonna get that fudgy cake. They're gonna get the nice light buttercream, and then they're gonna have that snap from the chocolate. So we're gonna make sure everything's evenly distributed, and it's time to bake. As you can see, they kind of start to dome, but then flatten out as they bake, and then you'll know they're done when a toothpick comes out clean. It's super smooth. Almost like, dare I say, butter? In the past few weeks, I've consumed more buttercream than any human being should ever consume ever, but that is because this frosting is so light, fluffy, and delicious. The best thing about it is that it's not overly sweet and it complements the cake very well. It's also really smooth, which makes it amazing for decorating, which is everybody's favorite part. Well, you know, besides the whole eating thing. Now it's time to have some fun. I mean, this is the part where you can get as creative as you want, you can take it as simplistic as you want. Just make sure to put enough buttercream in between all those layers so that when you cut it, you got some really nice distinction. I really want to wow people at this cake tasting, so I'm using a dough scraper to smooth out the sides. I'm adding a ganache drip down the sides of the cake, and then I'm going to pipe a little bit of a border at the bottom and add the fruit on top. And I guess no cake is complete without the world's largest strawberry.
I think it looks pretty good, and I think we're ready to go up against a store-bought cake and a box cake.
Here we go.
Whoa.
I would eat the entire cake. Why would I waste my time on any other cake?
That's the one.
That's so good.
The first one. The first one was totally.
This one is my favorite. And it's just the best chocolate cake I've ever had.
Yes.
Okay guys, we have our 3 cakes here. Now let's boogie. Though the homemade cake took a little bit longer to make, it definitely was the best experience of all 3. The taste, the texture far outweigh that of the box cake and the store-bought cake. You cannot get a better, more moist, dare I say, cake. When we're talking about chocolate cake, you gotta use the word moist. There's nothing else. The world needs cake. It would just solve all of our problems. I'm going to the gym now. Thank you. Good night.